here in the comments that you're listening to us. All right, so I think we are on.
Danny, can I just put recording on for English?
Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone. My name is Danny Vanegas with Root Brands. We're here live from Nashville, and we have here, all of our speakers. We have Mr. Clayton Thomas, we have Christina, Dr. Christina Rahm, we have Mr. Dino Nedalco, and myself, Danny Vanegas, and I welcome you to our Super Saturday. Tonight or today, it doesn't matter where you're in the world, you're gonna hear some information that really might change the way that you see things in business and health-wise. I would love for you to really get to know who we are. Maybe you are a part of our customers. Maybe you're a part of, maybe you're sharing our products and you would like for more people to know about our model, about our products, about our vision. Our company has been founded on February 2nd of 2020, so we're almost a year-old company. Our website, you can find our website at therootbrands.com. We have operations in over 50 countries. Our focus is health and wellness, and our industry is we're having a beautiful mission and vision, but our industry is building communities that share through the network. Now, I would like to introduce a good friend of mine, and he's just an incredible person, and he's got a lot of knowledge that you're gonna enjoy in a few minutes. Clayton Thomas, our founder, good friend of ours, great individual, just from the heart. He is authentic. He's a person that really cares for people, and I can say it for myself. He's just there when you need him. It's a great husband, father. And Clayton, welcome to our Super Saturday. Go ahead. Let's see. Welcome.
I can take my muzzle off now. I'm unmuted. Okay. Happy New Year. Happy Saturday. There's Danny, thank you for the introduction. I can say there might be an argument to some of what she said, because Christina will probably tell you, as a husband, he's got work to do. But it is such a pleasure to have everybody here. I'm just looking at the welcomes and the number of different countries, from Namibia to Portugal to Slovenia. I think there's like people here, even in the United States, just all over the world. So it is an absolute pleasure, and an honor to be able to be here, to be of service to the community. And I think as Danny was hitting on, our focus is not just health and wellness, but it's really health and happiness. Because at this time, it's the new year. People are putting together their goals. We have our, what are they called? Our New Year's resolutions. And, many of those pertain to health. They pertain to happiness. They pertain to money. And it's a really unique time in this world that there's opportunities abound, but at the end of the day, there's one thing that we really value the most, and that is, above all, the most valuable investment you can ever make, and that is what you invest in yourself and your health. Because without that, it doesn't matter where you've been able to travel. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. It doesn't matter what you own. If you don't have your health, you likely won't be able to enjoy those other things. And the foundation for Root is really based on that premise. Is our approach is a little bit different. I mean, you can see me. I'm a little bit different. And given that, our philosophy is probably different than anything you've heard of before when looking into researching or discussing health, wellness, and happiness. And it's that simplicity that should make you rethink where we sit, because our approach is really, really simple. Our message and philosophy is really simple. Cure the cause. At your foundation, get the bad stuff out first, because our health relies on one thing and one thing only: the removal of the toxins, the chemicals, the pollutants that destroy us from conception. Is that me, or did our screen just get screwed up? There we go.
Yeah, that's there we go.
So that's the foundation to everything. And surprisingly, that's not a point you can argue. There isn't anyone on this planet in the scientific community that, if they do even a smidge of really small amount of research, that can contend and argue with that point. And that's our core. And I'm going to let the amazing one speak from a product standpoint on how and why we've done that. But our approach is focused on health and wellness and happiness. But there's a secret, because there are companies, and some of the largest companies on the planet, that have capitalized on our capital, on us being what we are. And what we love to do as humans is we love to create community, we love to share, and we love to work collectively. And that's the amazing part of being here right now, is we have people in probably, I'll say 30 to 40 countries that are all together with the same mission, same purpose, same vision. But our approach is what's become unique, is we just reward you for doing what we do naturally, which is sharing. We create health and happiness, and we reward you for sharing. And we do that really simply with two amazing products. And with that, Danny, should I turn this over to the Pegacorn and let her go over some products really quickly?
I think she can go ahead and just talk about our products. That's fine. And then, I think that we're going to open it up for some people that are here within our community. Raise your hand, beforehand, if you have an experience. We're not going to let you just touch on that to whoever that wants to share their experience. But just if you want to participate, as you're hearing Dr. Christina, just raise your hand on the chat. Anyways, back to you, Clayton.
So this is actually my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to step away from here for a second to bring on the person that really makes me me. And she'll tell you that I have a lot of work to do. But this is what happens when amazing things come together. And I have to give a thanks to John Sally for introducing me to this amazing woman 6 years ago. But Master's in Science, PhD, PsyD, postdoc at Harvard in nanotechnology and bioscience engineering, and you'll see why that's really important. 2 additional postdoc certifications from Cornell University in pharmaceutical management and nutritional counseling. Mother of 4, 4-time cancer survivor, Lyme disease combatant and Victorian, and, well, my favorite person on the planet. So I'll give you Dr. Christina Rahm. Go ahead, my love.
Thank you, Clayton. And I want to say a special thank you also to Danny and to Dino. I think the world of both of them, and truly we are family, and I really mean that. I feel like from the bottom of my heart, the Root community has been based on family that started from a not easy beginning, and have worked through the last year. I mean, you guys, I have to say to you all, you talk about heroes in life. You guys are heroes. And I mean that, because without you all, the information, the products could not get out there. And I don't think there is a more crucial time to get things out there than this year because of what's happened. And this year is going to, or last year, sorry, is going to go in, of course, to this year. And together, if we can continue to work together and to utilize products that help us detox and help protect our bodies and support our bodies against viruses, bacteria, parasites, and fungus, then we will be in a great place. Because, it's in the midst of adversity and despite the negative things in life that make us heroes and make us be who we are. So I think that I'd like for everyone, because, my first scientific background was counseling and psychology. And I would like everyone to really be in a positive place right now and think positive things. Forget the negativity for a little while, and let's think about all the great things you guys did last year, and all the great things you're going to do this year. Because truly, by utilizing these products, we know that we can help so many people. There's lots of organizations since COVID hit. Actually, I'm going to backtrack. Before COVID hit, because I had done a lot of work in over 80 countries, I was approached to work on vaccines and to work on viruses. Going back 6 years ago, I was actually asked by one of the pharmaceutical biotech companies to go into Wuhan and to go into Costa Rica and work on viruses and vaccines. So you progress 6 years, and here we are. Before COVID, I knew there was going to be, before COVID actually was announced to the world, I knew there was going to be an issue, because I was approached by doctors and counterparts in other countries that told me about different viruses and illnesses that were going to occur. Being able to be part of an organization that naturally has products that are able to detox things out of the body and actually protect the body and the immune system to stop inflammation, and to basically put a wall around the body so that viruses, bacteria, parasites, fungus, heavy metals, inflammation can be minimized or stopped before it goes into the body. That doesn't mean that we claim to cure any virus or bacteria. We claim that we're supporting the body so it can do what it naturally needs to do and get rid of all of the negative things that are in the body. From a perspective where I know that there's so many people questioning safety and questioning efficacy of pharmaceutical products. I've said this before, nutraceuticals are just as strong or stronger in their own way at helping the body. The products that we do naturally and that we've made for you all and the people that you love are made to help people. They're made to detox people. Without you all, without Danny, without Dino, without Clayton leading this way before I was even over here and organizing this amazing organization, we would not have the ability to really help so many lives. It's through us sticking together and actually detoxing the negative things out of our personal and professional lives and coming together to do something so good for others that we've been able to really roll out Root. And I know that through that, you guys know as good, as well as I know, that there have been many negative things that have happened, but you guys have fought it. So right now, I really want to discuss Clean Slate. Clean Slate, as many of you guys know, has actually gotten a little bit of a facelift. And what I mean by that is I had worked on many zeolites, many silicas, many silver ions, and metaphysical analysis in this space for years. Through the education that I have, the education really doesn't mean anything. It's a certification, a diploma. How many diplomas do people need? Not this many. But I did it because I wanted to understand how to improve products so that when you guys are dealing with this, with all of this stuff happening in all of our countries, you have something that when you take it, you know that you're helping your body get rid of the things it doesn't need. And that's very important. I sent a bulleted list to Danny, Dino, and Clayton this morning to discuss really part of the formulation of Clean Slate, because it started with a zeolite formation that then is broken apart. And as you break it apart, your strongest element of a zeolite, your biggest element, about 33% of its composition is silicon dioxide. You also have 17 and 28% respectively of aluminosilicate and orthosilicates that are in the zeolite. So you break it apart and those are the elements. Because of how each country does this, we did change the label to reflect the biggest element that is in the bottles, which is from the zeolite, which is the silicon oxide. And so we went back and forth because we could have put aluminosilicate. Basically, in other countries, you need to break down exactly what's looked at once you analyze it. Doesn't matter what you start with. It matters how you analyze it and what's actually in the bottle. So that's why there is a little bit of a different label. And then anyone that knows me very well or who has heard me speak or work for years knows that I have always said, as you cleanse and detox at the same time, you need to put trace minerals in the body. That formulation is very hard to make, but we've done it. That formulation is a lot more expensive than the original product. I did not want anyone to ever take the Clean Slate product and not at the same time get the trace minerals they need in their body to fight off autoimmune and diseases. I wanted them to have everything they needed when they took it while they were going through the detox and cleansing system. I fought this for a while because even though, yes, Clayton is my husband, he also is someone that has to make business decisions. So for me to go back to creating a product costs significant money and you have to make changes. But especially during this time and for the rest of my life, as we grow as a community together, we need to have the best products. If we leave it up to other people to take an additional product as far as a trace mineral into the body, while they're taking the Clean Slate, some people might forget. And I didn't want that to happen. We could have made an additional product and made significant money from that product as a community. But for you all, what I want you to know that it was more important to the Root Wellness community, to Dino, Danny, Clayton, myself, to the scientific advisors, it was more important that we were able to give everyone what they needed during that detox process in that one bottle. So you will notice with the new bottles, there are some changes. It tastes a little different. You don't have to worry about the fact that when you take this, you have to use a lot of Himalayan sea salt anymore. You don't have to worry about taking a trace mineral supplement. We've added it at no additional cost. And I want to say, as a scientist, a special thank you to Clayton and to Dino and to Danny and to the advisory board, because I have requested this from the beginning. I had to work really hard to create a different ability for that to be put into the same formula through bioscience engineering and through the classes that I took. This formula is not something that anyone else has. It is using polarization. It is using magnets. It's using a vacuum pressed method, and it's using cold and hot processes to take everything that's needed in that zeolite sieve and to be able to disperse it and attach it so that it can go and it can be affiliated and processed by the blood-brain barrier so that the body is able to clean out and at the same time put the minerals back in so that you don't have as much fatigue or issues while you're detoxing. I'm extremely happy about this. I would like to spend a whole hour, but we don't have that for me to talk. So we will reevaluate this later. And another thing that we are doing is that we have worked diligently with the International Science Nutrition Society and now have the surveys and research and doctors engaged to do the research on these projects and on these products so that you all not only have the best scientific products out there, but that you also have the research behind it. There are other unique formulas that are out there, and I never say that we have the other only one. But I will say this, as an individual that has worked in biotech and pharma for many of the top pharmaceutical companies, I've worked on viruses, vaccines, different types of things that have to do with cognitive functioning like Zoloft, different things that have to do with sexual functioning like Viagra, different antibiotics. They all have competitors, right? I will tell you in this space of detoxification, the process we have in that bottle that helps the body get rid of the things it doesn't need while protecting the body, I don't know of any other product that directly competes. I do know that there are products that are similar that were made by cardiologists or different people, but as far as a research scientist that has the ability to do this in manufacturing, we have a product that is able to systematically and systemically work in the body using over 99 trace minerals that are made into a formulation that we used and we basically impregnated into the formula. When you guys take the drops of the clean slate, the zeolite that has become different other elements, the sieve will still capture and the cage will still capture what they have and take it out of the body. So I urge everyone to notice the difference, because you will, and to notice the changes. You may see that it's stronger. You may notice that you do not need to take as much as you did before. And you may notice that you also are able to put into the body things and to feel energy that you didn't before. I would love for everyone to report anything that could be a negative or anything that's a positive. So we are doing a survey, which we will send out. It would be very easy for us to go back to a formula that does not have the trace minerals. Instead, we used an all-natural formula so that we could not only have that, but also help the cells with the trace mineral and the rest of the organs in the body that are needed while you guys are detoxing. I know I keep seeing on the screen, are there 99 trace minerals? It's anywhere from 92 to 99 of the trace minerals that are delivered in the system. Why is there a discrepancy in the number? Because we're using microdosing of these trace minerals to be put back into the body in a formula that is a liquid component that has a polarization so that it can go throughout the brain and throughout the body. This is very, very important to me. And I think another part that's important that you guys understand is us getting this information out there. So the International Science Nutrition Society has a meeting this week where our scientific advisors will be helping to get the translations and get the information out to everyone. I'm extremely excited. And I have to say this, I feel bad because I feel like I have not, or we have not made a big enough deal about the fact that we have offered this to the root community at no additional cost and at the ability for us to really help people in a greater way. And for me, you know, as a scientist, I'm sure Danny and Dino and Clayton and the rest of the advisors bang their head against the wall because I don't worry about the cost. When I do formulas, I bring to you guys the best thing that there can be, so you guys have it. Then they have to worry about the cost. So it took a lot of discussions. And really, I needed Dino's help. Danny kept saying, wait till Dino is here. And I was able to convince Clayton, not that Clayton didn't want to produce it, but it took us really going back to the drawing board and making sure you guys have this. So I apologize if there was a change in shipping. I apologize if there was a time when you guys could not get as much of the product. My goal was to get this out there so that if something happened, you and your families had this formula so that you will be able to give this to people during the crisis that our countries are undergoing. We will do a whole section next time if Danny and Dino want on the trace minerals, because I know everyone keeps asking, or they can set up an additional meeting and I would love to discuss it. But I did want you guys to know it is an all natural process. We are preserving everything in the original formula, but we're adding additional components. I also wanted to do something that no one else could ever say they did. Not that I want us to ever not give health to everyone else, but I see Root Wellness as a community that in a time where everyone is working so hard to really protect their families, the first thing you need is health and wellness. I do want to say this, everyone knows I've done a lot of work in Salt Lake City labs. What people don't know is I've also done a lot of work internationally in labs, in Canada, in Russia, in Ukraine, and lots of other places. This particular formula, when it comes to Clean Slate, is sourced from multiple sources and made in multiple labs so that no one has the formula. I had to do that because in my career and with what I've done, there's so many times people have tried to steal things that I've done or say they're not my formulas. And from my perspective, it's not about me. This formula is about you. But my concern has shifted in the last year from making sure not only do I work on formulas that help people, but that I give those formulas to the right people. I'm tired of working in organizations or environments where my formulas are not used for the right reasons. I see the Root community as a community that not only does products, but that supports each other so that we can grow as a community and do the right things in life. By doing that, we're going to be able to help people, not just from a health and wellness perspective. You all, we are going to be able to help people from a community perspective where they are able to feel well, to look well, to be better, to be able to make money to support their families. And we have to have the right partners. Do not worry if people don't like our product. Do not worry if people don't want to join the Root community. We want the right people. We want to support each other. We want to be thankful for our uniqueness and how different we each are and celebrate that. I'm wearing a hat today. I am a scientist. Most scientists are in a lab with a screen working and using in vitro and different dishes to really create formulas from a chemical and biological perspective. And I do that too, but I'm also me, and that's okay. And that's what we are as a community. So the fact that we have a unique product that became even better is amazing to me. And I want you guys to know I'm so excited about you trying this, and I'm so excited about getting the results. And I'm even probably more excited about your children and your families that are sick or have autoimmune disorders to try this, because we are going to help get rid of the toxins and the bacteria and the viruses and the parasites and support the brain and make sure that we are supporting the overall body. So you guys have something that, to me, it's a gift to you. And I hope you like it. I'll say this, I never give a gift I don't want or that I don't love. So I promise that this trace mineral formula that has been added is a dream for me. And I want to say a special thank you to Clayton and to Dino. And it's funny, Clayton's right. He's not a perfect husband, and I'm not a perfect friend or a perfect wife or a perfect daughter, but we're all in this together. And I celebrate his imperfections, and I celebrate your imperfections as we move on this together. But as far as what we're doing in our body, this will be getting rid of anything that's imperfect and trying to take it out by supporting the body in a natural process to get rid of the things that it shouldn't have. Toxins make you sick. When you have heavy metal and toxins and you have a virus or a bacteria or a disease, they grab hold of it, they increase the inflammation, and they spread it throughout the body. It is an environmental factor that makes people sick. So you have to make sure you get rid of it. We need to celebrate the fact that we are getting rid of the imperfections in our body, because God has made all of us perfect people that are here to support each other, even in the imperfection. And clean slate is going to take this to the next level, especially the one that just came out, so that we are able to help our communities and to make people feel better. And so I'm very, very excited about this. We will do additional educational seminars on this so you guys are educated. You probably see that I'm really stepping in a lot more to make sure that I can really explain the processes and get this information out there. So I hope you guys like it. Please reach out to me or reach out to the company and let me know your thoughts. I am used to getting criticism. I am used to people not liking everything, but I'm going to tell you this particular product is something that people need, and they need it to support the natural cleansing and detoxification process. It is a start and a foundation to all the other things you guys will take. With that, I would like to move on to the next product. So let's talk about Zero In, and I'm going to focus today on some things. You guys are going to have to tell me if I'm getting too much into the science, but I want to explain something to you all I haven't explained before. If you look at the Zero In product and you look at the first ingredient, it's vitamin D, 1,000 milligrams. And if you look at that, you'll see that's your strongest component. You look at the second, it's caffeine adrenous, and then 12 HPP, which is your L-arginine, L-theanine, and all those other ingredients. One thing I have not explained to you all is that by nature, clinically, those pass the brain barrier. So a lot of vitamins and minerals or formulas don't. These particular ingredients that are being used in Zero In do pass the blood-brain barrier. So I want you guys to know that they actually, and I just saw something that came up, they can actually be found in the central nervous system fluid, CSF. So actually, there's lots of studies, and I inundated Dino and Danny and Clayton and Braden, who's over marketing with our group, with some stuff about that this morning, some NIH articles. One of the reasons I made the formula called Zero In is I was looking at different formulas that I had made in the past. I was looking at different things I had worked on in the past. And many of you guys know I have done a lot of projects and a lot of different school assignments at Harvard and presentations on Alzheimer's and on dementia and on ALS and Parkinson's. I also, as a psychologist, spent quite a bit of time when it came to autism and when it came to ADHD, as well as depression and anxiety. Zero In is a formula that is naturally made so that it can go into it can cross the blood-brain barrier. Vitamin D was very important with that. We used a natural source of vitamin D as a catalyst so it could carry it through the blood-brain barrier, I can't say it, so that all the rest of the ingredients could really go in. And you guys know, I've talked about this before, your neurotransmitters, your ability to think, you all, your ability to concentrate, your ability to be able to function. And during a time where brain fog has gone from here to here because of the viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites in our environment, this is something you really need. I'm going to stop for 1 second and talk about brain fog. We can't figure out, or a lot of scientists can't figure out, why during this whole epidemic of COVID, why people are having so many problems with brain fog, why they are having so many problems with even organizing their schedule or getting things done. And it's because when you have an environment where viruses are airborne, which is the current environment we're in, then you also have issues attached that contribute to the brain not being able to function. The brain's exhausted. So, and the brain and the body are fighting off things around it, because as viruses proliferate, you also have bacteria, fungus, and parasites that proliferate. They grow, right? So you've got to really help the body, and you've got to help the brain be able to function. So this product is something that goes in and has a proprietary delivery system where it's able to do that right into the brain. The brain, of course, also affects the heart and also affects the GI. So this is able to not only impact the heart and the GI and the brain, but the overall system that connects everything together. And that's why Zero In is a very important product to take. And I think I have not given enough attention to the reason why D3 is one of the first ingredients and why I use such a strong percentage. I did that so that I could make sure it was delivered into the system and be able to be utilized with all three parts of the body: the brain, the heart, and the GI. And most of your scientists that understand this, I know Tina and Dory and all the rest of them, there's a lot of doctors that we're working with right now that will be coming forward very soon. But they know that this is very, very important. And that's why Zero In is something that I've talked about a lot, that we introduced second. And of course, we are going and getting ready to produce a third formula that Europe is going to be able to test. And that has taken a lot longer than we anticipated as well. I want to take responsibility for that, because when a product is produced, it is my obligation to produce it right. At one point, I worked at a company that produced formulas that did not do micro and macro testing, that sent formulas out there without doing appropriate testing. And it is not something I can be a part of. So being at Root, it was very important to me that I was able to do all testing necessary. So when you try a product, you're able to feel certain and assured that that product is doing what the company is saying that it's doing, and it's offering a benefit. You all care about these products, some of you, a lot of you, as much as me. This is not just my life. This is our lives. And we've decided to live this life together. And whether you all have accepted this or not, there's only a certain number of hours in a day. There's only a certain number of people we connect with in this journey. We are all dedicated to a path of increasing wellness and health. I am not any more important than each of you. Our goal has to be to get these products out there so people can get rid of the negative things in their body, and that they can focus on the right things and restore their body back to what it needs to be. And I'm going to say this, in a time when there's so many toxic things happening in our worlds, whether it is political, whether it is health, whether it is wellness, or whether it's rioting or whatever it is, our first thing we can do to gain back the power and ability to do things is to get our health and wellness, our minds and our bodies together so that we can be strong and help people. You guys, during this time, a majority of people have stayed in bed and not gotten up. And believe me, there's many times I felt like it too. What's going on in the world can be overwhelming. But we're in this together. And being in this together means we have to be dedicated to taking care of our body so that we can take care of our world. And if people want to make fun of us or people don't want to believe us, that's okay. We're going to keep doing the right thing. We're going to keep bringing out products that help people. We have to be patient and forgiving with each other. We have to do the right thing. We're in this together. We're a community. I am a vessel because I'm a scientist that got to work on something that can help people, and I think help a lot of people. You guys equally have as much of a role and as much of a impact, and I mean that sincerely, on the world when it comes to health and wellness. You have to use your gifts, use your community, use your surrounding to do good things, and it will grow. And that's the main thing that I want to say. Wellness is not just the healthy part of your body. It's mind, body, spirit, and soul. We have to be in this together. We have to continue to learn together. And I'm dedicated to doing this with you all. And I think that's about all I can say today because I need to hand it over. But Danny, I don't know if I need to answer questions. I know I've spoken for a lot longer than I anticipated.
Oh, it is okay. I think that we're gonna hand it over to basically some testimonials. We would love for you to also speak about the label. I know that you touched a little bit about the reason why we changed the product, but it will be really good if you just kind of like explain the label. That would be really good.
Okay, so what I was saying is when we did the particular label, we did use the same formula. We just broke apart the specific ingredients that were in the zeolite. Just like you see in the Zero In, and I probably didn't explain this well enough, just like the Zero In, your clean slate uses the vitamin C as a carrier. So we want to mention that because in order to really systemically detox the body, you've got to use a water-soluble catalyst carrier that can do that. And that really needs to be the predominant ingredient listed because of the amount that has to be used that can cross over so it can clean the cells and clean the body. So that's why in some areas we changed the label. When we launched the product, just so everyone knows, I wanted the label changed because of the fact that I believed this was the best way to get the product out into the market. It still has the ingredients that were in it. It's still manufactured in a way where it's also supplementing it. If you look at the United States label, it still cites the Clino or the zeolite formula. If you look at the formula that's over in Europe, it's using the silicone dioxide, which I talked about is your strongest component of what's broken apart in the fragments. And I sent this, Danny, to you and Dino today, so you can pass this on as well. But I need to use the vitamin water-soluble formula in order to get these ingredients in the body. Same thing that I did with Zero In, because one of the things I do is use the process so that I can put what's needed into the body by using certain vitamins to fulfill part of it. And I can explain that in more in depth later, Danny, but that's why you see a difference on the label. And so just so you guys know, when I work on a formula, I work on the formula and the process. The label is determined by the FDA or FTC or the government in what needs to be used. But nothing has changed except for I have added additional components, which I kind of explained earlier, were more expensive and more time consuming so that I could make sure that while people are detoxing, They have a catalyst that will deliver it throughout the body, and they will also get the minerals and vitamins needed to complete that process so it works effectively, and then adding in the trace minerals at the same time as well. And if I'm not explaining that strong enough, what we're going to need to do is do some breakout groups so that we can have lengthier discussions, and our scientific advisory board can help answer additionally. But for me, just so you guys know, all I've done is make it better. I did not take out what was originally part of my formula that I worked on, but I altered it so that it was better. There was not a decrease in the product used in the different products in the clean slate that you're using. Is that, do you want me to explain it different, or is that enough, Danny, or do you want me to talk about it more in depth?
No, I think that's completely okay. And I think that we're gonna go on with some of the testimonials. There's some people here in our community that have raised their hand here in the chat, and I would love for you to come and just if you have a good experience, and thank you so much, Christina, for being here with us. Thank you so much, Clayton. We're gonna go over the go over the testimonials from our community. And if you're here and if you want to really just talk to us about your experience with Zero In or Clean Slate, please raise your hand. I see some of you here, and I believe that Dina's gonna let you unmute yourself. And just we would love to hear about your experience with Zero In or Zeolite. So go ahead and unmute yourself now. Let me see.
I want to share my experience.
Go ahead.
Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
My name is Yulia. I'm from Ukraine. Both products I take from the middle of June. I started from 10 drops of Clean Slate in the morning and 10 drops of Clean Slate in the evening. And I noticed that too many toxins started to go out from me, and something crazy was happening. I thought I go crazy. Really, I called Dino, what is it? I don't understand. So please, guys, if something like that is happening to you, don't be afraid. You are toxic, very toxic. Then I stopped for one day and started from 1-2 drops in the morning and 1-2 drops in the evening, and all was great for me. After what I started to notice about my feeling, yes, I started to notice that the smell of what I pee is terrible, and how the body, though I never before noticed something like that from me. Yes, and I thought that I'm clean because I'm used to eat normal food, to drink water, to do some exercises. It was crazy, really. And but each day I started to notice that I feel more and more energetic, really like a new person. And my brain, I started from the first day to take 2 capsules, one in the morning and one in the evening of Zarin. I have bad eyesight, -7. I see everything in different colors, like yes, and it was so amazing for me. And I always considered myself to be a creative person. I like to dream, to do something, to draw. But last years I could not. I don't know what was happening with me, but I like lost my patience for art, for something like that. And in a couple of days, I started to feel that I want to do something new, that I want to make something, to create. Yes, like and very and always it was difficult for me to count something. Yes, to even on my business that I do, because I'm interior designer, textile designer, and I always have to count textiles, and it was always so difficult for me to do that. Like if I'm a first year, school pupil, now it's normal. I can collect myself together and do what I need. I feel myself well as I'm able to do everything. Yes, I can cope with task. What I also noticed is my eye colored part of eye has become like blue without any brown part, something like, yes, because my eyes they change some from in summer, in autumn, and now I started to see that my colorful part of eye is like bright and like nice color. My skin has become soft, and I was at my hairdresser, and she told me that she noticed many new hairs. Like she told me, Julia, I see so many new hair. What you do? For me, it was always a problem to have longer hair, like always like this, because hair did not grow. And what else also I noticed, I have good sleep like a baby. I have lucid dreams, and for first 3 months I lost like 6 kilos. I never had extra weight, but like I didn't love myself to the end. And I see now that my body shape is changing. It becomes like I like. I like myself now, yes. So thank you very much, Christina. Thank you, Clayton. Thank you, Dino and Dani. You are our angels, and really, we are blessed to have you, and Ukraine loves you.
Oh, I love.
We love Ukraine too.
Yes.
Thank you, Julia.
So much.
Thank you, Julia. Tell them.
Right, so we are here. We're back. I am very honored to introduce the next speaker. And thank you so much, Clayton. Thank you so much, Christina. We're very blessed to have you as a part of the community, and and we are blessed to be a part of your vision as well, and a part of this beautiful journey, helping a lot of people detox, helping a lot of people just becoming better in their health. And of course, there's also a great model, and I want to say to you, Clayton, you're an inspiration to a lot of people. You're an inspiration with the vision that you have, which we are a part of. I remember some of the first chats that we had, and I was like, wow, I was awakened in so many areas in business when we had our first conversations, and I really am blessed, really blessed to be a part of this. Now I'm going to introduce, or do you want to say something, Clayton?
I want to say one thing to that. One, I want to say thank you, but hopefully I can serve as a an opportunity for every guy to understand what they can become. Because honestly, if I can marry a woman like that, anything is possible. So go ahead. Now, we love you guys. So
Thank you so much. So I'm going to introduce a business individual, my better half, and I can just say a whole bunch of beautiful things, but I'm just going to be very objective because for me, he's my mentor. He is the one that I look up to. He's a strong rock, but overall, I see that he's an individual that is kind and that is honest. But not only that, he is a hard worker. And he's gonna just tell us a little bit about the business model that we have. Our business model is just beautiful. That is the reason why we're growing so fast all over the world, because this business model that he's going to explain, you're going to be able to understand a little bit more. Maybe you are a customer, maybe you have been taking the products a little bit, but we want you to understand that there's also another side of the story, just other than just taking your products. So with that in mind, Mr. Dino Nedalco has been in the marketing industry for over 5 years. He has been able to help thousands of people all over the world, and he's here with us. And he's all the way down in Slovenia. Welcome, Dino. Take it over, honey.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me as well? I don't know about that.
Let me see.
blue on white has never looked so good.
Look at him.
Clayton, I'm trying to keep up with you because when I saw you, then I said, like, you know what? It's hard to keep up with you guys.
My fashion guide keeps it real.
I love it. I love it.
With all due respect.
All right, can you guys hear me really well?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I was trying to connect all the things together. As Danny said, I'm back home here in Slovenia, and I tried to put another camera in because today we're going to do a little bit different. I have my whiteboard here, so we are going to go to work a little bit for the over next few minutes. I want to show you guys something, and then after when I go through that, then I'm gonna ask Clayton to come back for a few minutes to give you his own idea of why we are here as Root and why we are able to help so many people in that short period of time when it comes to, like Clayton said, health and happiness and being able to understand what we can do and with the power of our model. So what I want to do today, Danny, can you put it on a full screen so everybody can see it on full screen?
Absolutely.
Because I think it's gonna be better because of, I think that's better. All right. So what I want to start with today, guys, is first of all, thank you everybody who is attending this call right now. I know that those of you guys who are on Zoom, we actually maxed out the Zoom, which is 500, I would say, members or seats inside this specific room. So we do apologize for that if there is a time that goes over 500. I know that some of others are also watching on Facebook as well. So we've been able to bring some people from Zoom to Facebook. So those who've been trying to get on Zoom been able to attend as well. So what I want to do right now is I want us to look back from, like, I would say from beginning, like how the businesses start and how important is to understand the vision behind it. And then, like I said, Clayton is gonna give you more in-depth details about Root business model as well. But I want to show you something. This is something that is so powerful. This is something that my mentor showed me in the beginning of my, I would say, really like an entrepreneur career about 6 years ago. And when you see it and when you understand it, then you're gonna understand that there is a better way in this world, okay? And what I want to show you guys today is a distribution model, how all the companies in this world are kind of like doing the things, okay? And then we're gonna see some of the benefits, some positive things and some negative things of being here. Now, I want to say one thing first. If you want to share root product with someone, then you have to tell someone about it, right? You have to say, you have to share either experience or you have to share, whatever, the product did to you, or even like the business side, because this is the only way someone else is gonna hear about root products, right? And also Clayton is gonna tell you a little bit later the reason why is that so, because we do understand that the power is in people. And if you give people the power, then they can do and make things happen. So here's what I want to show you guys today. If we go back into, let's say, I've been working in car parts store for 7 years, okay? So I have pretty much a little bit experiences when it comes to like a retail and when it comes to like, let's say, buying the products and selling the products, if you want me to say so. And I'm gonna use one simple example today. How does this looks like in majority of, I would say, retail stores, any kind of, big malls to any other kind of retail stores that are using, let's say, a normal distribution model. So here's how it goes. Let's say that we have manufacturing here, and I hope you guys can see it. Can someone confirm if you guys can see that?
You're good.
Yeah? Good. All right. So let's say we have manufacturing here. And I'm just gonna give you again example because, like I said, I've been in car parts store and I have seen what was happening. And every one of you knows that cars are one of the most important things in our life, right? That we can go from point A to point B. And we understand that there is something that you will always need to find money, first of all, to be able to have your car in a good shape. And one of the most important parts of the car is the tire, correct? If you don't have tire on your car, you basically can't go anywhere. So let's take an example of the model. I'm not gonna name, whatever tire it is, but let's just take a car tire right now. And let's say that when the car tire is produced, and again, it's not 100% exact price is what I'm going to give you, but just give you an example how this works. Let's say that we produce a car tire for $10, okay? Now, here's what happens. This is the manufacturer, right? That produces this tire, let's say for $10. And then what happens? Then we have, for example, we have different kinds of distributors, right? So if we get started, let's say we have continental distributor. So let's say, we have the Northern America, South America, Europe, Asia, and all those kind of things, right? So for this one company, let's say that this continental distributor, let's say that they actually sell this tire for $15. I'm just giving you an example right now, okay? Then we go from continental distributor, we go actually to regional distributor, right? Or retailer, or however you want to call them. And let's say they also take a piece and we come to $20 to this specific tire. Now what we do is basically we go from regional distributor, then we have different countries. Let's say we have country distributor, right? And let's say they take $5 as well. So they sell it for $25, right? Okay. Now what happens is that once we have a country, then we also have kind of different kind of, let's say, states or counties or something like that. So let's say states distributor. And let's say they come to 30, but everybody just take $5 on their margin, right? So what happens now is now we are, let's say, on the state distributor or county distributor. Now we go to the what we call the retail store, right? Either that's like, any kind of big store or small store or something like that. So in that case, let's say that this specific retail store, let's say they get it for $40, okay? So this is the retail. Okay, and where are we as consumers? at the end, right? Because after retail, we go to the store and we actually go and buy this product, this tire in this specific case. So in that case, if we are the consumer, right, or a customer, I just want to show you that because it's so powerful when you understand this distribution chain. So what happens is this specific tire that was maybe $10 in the beginning, maybe the full retail price of this tire is going to be around $100 or 90 or whatever, right? Let's say it's going to be $100. And then, sorry, let's put it that way. Let's move it here. 100 is the retail price. And then once the retail is selling, sometimes they can say, we offer discount up to 30% or 35% or 40% or something like that, because they know if their retail price is $100 and if they offer 40%, right, they're still going to make 60 and they paid 40 for it. So it's still good for them, right? And good for everybody back because they sold this tire. So here's what I want to show you guys. This is a normal how like majority of this world operates today. That goes through different chains of distributors to come to you as a customer. Okay, so what happens now? You here as a customer, let's say you got some discount and you paid $80 for this specific tire. Okay, that was maybe manufactured for $10. Here's what I want to show you for you to understand why the business model that also Clayton is going to talk over the next few minutes a little bit about it. It is so much more powerful because what can happen now? There is usually people say 80, but I would even say up to 90% of the money goes between manufacturer and customer, which means about 90% of money is lost in this chain to go around to get to you as a customer. Do you see the how big percentage is that? How big number is that? Okay, so here's what happens. What about if you can take this 90% off? If you can cut off all those people between there and you say, you know what? There is a manufacturer, you are a customer that buys directly from manufacturer and not from all those different kinds of distributors, right? And then those of you who says, I don't want to be just a customer because I have so many great experiences about it, I also want to share this forward, right? And if you share this forward, then you're going to come here in the middle. See this one? You're gonna come here in the middle, but the thing is that like there is not going to be 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 different middlemen. It's just one. The company, you as an ambassador and your customers. And you're also a customer at the same time. So what happens? It's in this specific model that we can talk about. Is instead of us wasting up to 90% of the money going through the entire chain, we cut this off. And what we do, we put, actually it's 47.3%, Clayton can talk about that as well, but with all other promotions that we do also, you know, on discounting of the products, on different kinds of promotions, that also Danny is going to talk at the end of this call a little bit as well. It's probably about 50+% that actually goes to who? Not to all those different kinds of distributors of regional ones, county ones, state ones, you know, country ones and all those kinds of things, but it actually goes back to those who are having experiences and are sharing this with others, which are ambassadors. So every one of you who wants to be involved in Root and keep sharing forward, you're actually entitled to have, like we said, close to 50% of whatever your customers buy, or I would say whatever your organization is buying, you're actually able to participate in this kind of pool, right? So at this point, Clayton, I'm gonna pass this over to you for a few minutes. You can go ahead with, you know, with some of the things that you saw when this specific business model was created. And later on, once you are done, then I'm just gonna show you guys for a minute or two more how you can also actually share very simple and being able to get rewarded. So Clayton, go ahead.
Danny, can you put me on the full screen?
Absolutely. Just give me a second. We're gonna pin the video. Welcome,
Because
Mr. Clayton.
It's not fair if Dino gets the full screen and I have to sit in a little box because I'm in this little glass box of emotions. But to hit on a couple of things. One, there's some questions in the chat pertaining to what Christina was hit on. I'll just hit on that really quick as we're getting the screen taken care of. There's the question on the ascorbic acid and the source of vitamin C in clean slate. Ascorbic acid can be naturally sourced scientifically. It's synthesized. So it's important scientifically to understand that. But you got to remember, the one with the biotech background knows a whole heck of a lot more than we do. And it's really important to understand that quality is crucial to us. You know, as you can see, because we're predicated on one thing. And, you know, you've probably heard me talk about this quite often, that as a CEO, as a man, as an athlete, as a husband, as a friend, as a formulator, you know, whatever we do in life, we are judged on one thing only, our outcomes, what we produce. And without doing things right and without doing things with the highest level of quality, you won't produce amazing outcomes. So that's at its core, you know, where we focus is how to produce the best outcomes. But when it comes to this business model, am I on full screen?
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
you are.
But you can see over my, it would be my left shoulder. I don't know, my blackboard, I might have written too small. But when we were creating this concept, and I was blessed to have some really intriguing business minds to be able to relay ideas and get feedback, and from Dino, from other individuals that are in the direct sales business development industry, from colleagues that own retail brands like Dino had mentioned, you know, that have done hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. And if you're reading through some of the chats, you see that people talk about being lucky to be here. You're not lucky. We are not lucky to be here. We are fortunate to be here. And when you acquire a fortune, right, there's a semblance of humanity that and responsibility that one has when acquiring fortune or being fortunate, that they share and they give back. And it's with that premise, that's how we live as humans. But there's been an issue with that, because in corporate America, we as individuals, and not just the root community, but humans in general, have been harvested. And I want you to really hold on to that for a minute. We have been harvested for what we do naturally. We share. We love to create community. We communicate. And all of that data, all of that information has been harvested from you to benefit the few. And when you find things of value and when you create fortune, it's our nature to share. But instead of taking all of that value that's created from our behavior and giving it to a few corporate algorithms of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Google. Our behavior creates value where that value is sold for marketing so people and companies can sell products and services to us. You don't get any of that value though. So we created an approach where we value those who create value. And if we create value, right? If we generate amazing outcomes, and if you've used Clean Slate, this little guy, and you take your 0 in and just wait for restore, you know there's value. We share that because your friends can see that you might have changed. Like Yulia mentioned, she looks different. Not only seeing the world differently, but she looks different. Your friends want that. They want to feel better. They want to function better. If you share that, you're creating value. We wanted to create a model where we can value those who create value. So instead of all the money coming to the corporation, we decided to put a lot of that money back into the people that create the value for the company. So that's our approach. You can call it compassionate commerce, because at the end of the day, if it's this community that is going to allow this amazing social sharing project, this community of consumption to grow and to develop and change lives, well, we should invest in the community. And our community is all of us. That's the approach. That's the secret sauce. And we did it in a manner of understanding the importance and the value of those who can create value. There are many people in this world who need an opportunity to provide more for themselves, provide more for their loved ones, or provide more for those around them. And we took concepts from Amazon. We took concepts from the social sharing, the social marketing community. And we took concepts from the direct sales industry and we tweaked them all to give back. So know that in concept, this is here to provide value for everybody that wants to share. You don't have to spend money to get involved. All you really need is an email address, and then you can begin sharing. And if you share and people consume, which is what we do really, really well, then you can be rewarded. It's really that simple. But what's the best part is if you create a tidal wave of sharing and consumption, and you share with your friends, who share with their friends, who share with their friends, who share with their friends and 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 their friends, it doesn't matter how far that goes. You are the earthquake that started the tsunami. You're rewarded for it because we value those who create value. And here's a secret. That's how Amazon was created. Amazon started selling books out of a garage as a way to compete with Barnes and Noble. Now it's one of the largest companies on the planet. And it wasn't due to anything that company did. It's what we did. Because you, my mom, my grandmother, myself became free customers of that company, and we told our friends that this is a great way to shop. And how much money did they give back to you? Probably none. This is a new approach because we're in a new world. So rethink consumption, rethink your value, rethink how you can create health and happiness and how you can share it. And that is all. Go ahead, Danny. Dino's turn. You take it
Thank
away.
you, Clayton. I'll go
I
back
am
back
back.
to Dino.
No, it's really so simple, and I really wanted every one of you guys to hear directly from Clayton because he explains it so simple, but on the other side, so very powerful. So the last few things I'm gonna say here is, Danny, can you make sure that I'm on that you guys can see it on the screen? Probably you can, right?
Yes, you
Okay.
are on screen.
So
full
the
screen.
last thing what I'm gonna say here, Clayton already touched a little bit about like creating your free account and being able to share forward. I'm gonna just tell you two things. The first one is the concept that we took when it comes to being able to understand the new model, not the one I showed you before, right? That it goes through so many different chains to come to you as a customer. But the model of understanding, if you share forward, you should deserve to be rewarded because of it, right? So many times we say, how good would it be if my favorite pizza place would give me a discount next time when I send my friends in and they can enjoy this pizza as well, right? But so we took the concept of sharing, but on the other side, I would say we didn't take the entire behavior of how you would call it, like the network marketing industry, right? That is the reason why also Clayton mentioned that our company is affiliate marketing. And what we really do is we are actually connecting two or even more different words together into one place, right? And here's what I want to show you guys as I'm closing this up. As Clayton mentioned, you create your online shop, which is your free account, right? The same like you go to any other website, you click on register, sign in, you create your account, and you have your own account. What is important? That is where I told you we didn't take the behavior of majority of direct sales industry, which means we don't require you to buy some kind of starter packs or any kind of initial packs for you to be able to share forward or be eligible for commissions or rewards or anything like that. You just create your free account, completely free. You can feel free to create it. You can feel free to explore the website and see the products that are there. If you buy them, it's up to you, but it's not a requirement, right? As Clayton mentioned before, for you to be able to keep sharing forward. The other important thing is we also don't tell you you need to buy every 30 days in order for you to collect your rewards. Because we already heard, if products are quality ones, if products are the one that you understand, that you function better, you feel better, you're gonna keep using the products no matter what. So it's not up to a company to limit you or tell you like you have to buy these products every 30 days, because if products are good, I can guarantee you'll keep using it. But if in between that time you can share this forward, you're gonna be able to also get rewarded. But here's the most important part: why we do what we do is, of course, as Clayton mentioned, as we help every one of you to also get rewarded. But on the other side is for you to be able to get your products discounted or even for free. This is the whole concept at the end of the day, right? If you can if you can share this with few of your friends and you get your products that you love to use for a discounted price or even for free because you have so many rewards through your sharing link, this is the real value. This is the real value at the end of the day. No, of course, because so many people are most likely gonna say, I'm also gonna share forward and forward and forward, at the end of the day, you can't even use that many products that you're gonna be rewarded, right? But the whole concept is for you to get that. So I'm just gonna show you one simple thing. Every time when someone gets to your web shop, to your online shop that you created, you're gonna be rewarded with 15%, okay? With 15%. So let's say if you have, let's say one customer here, okay? One customer here, one customer here, whatever, how many customers you're gonna have, on every customer and every of their purchase, you're gonna be rewarded with 15% on their purchase. So let's say if there's a purchase for $100, you're gonna be rewarded in $15, right? If there's a purchase in $200, calculated 15%, which in that case is gonna be $30, right? So it's as simple as that, okay? So this is the initial approach that if you understand that, if you just keep sharing forward, that is how our business model rewards you that have the experience and can share this forward instead of, like you already saw before, everyone else, but then you just being a customer, right? So this is probably all what I wanted to share from my side for today. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in and been able to be here and listen and got some extra information. Before I close, I'm just gonna say a few words also to Clayton and Christina and Danny, because you guys been so much helpful and amazing. Thank you so much for all your hard work, absolutely as well. I know that Danny is gonna share a few more things with you guys. I just wanna say as well to everyone who is listening here, sometimes not every one of us always gets the same kind of credits, right? Like for example, sometimes I work less and I get more credits, and I'm this kind of person that I don't want to have credits at all, right? But on the other side, we know we have people all around that are working very, very, very hard, and I want you guys all to understand that everyone who is listening here, if you're just looking for the first time, you never even tried the products, or you're someone who is ready with the community for a month or for a few months or even close to a year, because we are actually getting close to a year, right? We absolutely appreciate you for being a part of it, because we know that without you, this community wouldn't be here, right? And as Dr. Cook said before, the products by itself doesn't make the difference if people are not using it, right? So Danny, I'm gonna let you go ahead. Everyone, please take the next few minutes as well to make sure that you understand some of the important things that she's gonna share with you. She's been really working hard on all the other things when it comes to specifically for marketing and so on, for everyone of you guys to be able to have more and more, I would say, tools, and even more and more, I know, are gonna come out in the next few weeks as well. But really important to understand that we are all here to serve and to help you. And Danny, go ahead and tell from your own side some of the things that you've been working on and what we've been working on, and excited to see everyone soon as well.
Thank you so much, Stino. Thank you. Really appreciate that, honey. And thank you everyone for being here. As a part of what you heard, we're gonna sum it up. You heard the vision of the company. You heard about our amazing products, our inventor, our formulators. You heard from our CEO. You heard from our co-founder. And what I have for you, is just a little bit of some of the key countries that we have. So we have the following. We have what it is, the explanation of the company. We have, amazing products. We have really, really great scientists behind it, which is Dr. Christina Rahm and Mr. Clayton Thomas. We have, just great individuals, business individuals like Dino and myself. But, we also have you, and you are very important for us. And we want to thank you all for all your hard work, for sharing through the model that Dino and Mr. Clayton were talking about. And we want to recognize the top countries in our company. The top countries in our company, as you can see here on the screen, are Slovenia, Croatia, Czech Republic, Germany, Slovakia, United States, United Kingdom, Switzerland, Portugal, Ukraine. There are other markets coming, and I know that if you're living in Asia, if you're living in Latin America, we're just starting, and you can just take this to so many people around the world. We are in over 50 countries. We're delivering products to over 50 countries, but we just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our heart to all of these countries. Thank you if you're in Slovenia, Croatia, Czech Republic, Germany, Slovakia, or any of those countries. Thank you. So we want to move forward, and before we close this Super Saturday, I would love for you to know about our current promotion. We have a promotion, whether you are here as a customer and you're thinking, well, I just want to be a part of this business model and it's interesting for me. So if you're brand new, if you just started today and you're like, maybe I've taken the products for quite a while and I want to know more and I want to just share them with more people in my family, with some of my friends, well, we have good news for you. Because we have a promotion for those of you that want to take this as a serious way to create another source of income, or just pay for your products, just get your products for free, which is completely fine. We have the new Bronze Ambassador promotion where you can earn extra $150 when you reach this rank for the first time. So which means that let's say that you're about to get to bronze this month, well, you're gonna get your $150 as an incentive, as this promotion. This promotion is valid from the month throughout the month of January. So take advantage, let's go forward. But I wanna close with the following. Everything starts in our life with a vision. And not only with a vision, everything starts with a desire in our heart. And the desire in our heart, and especially right now that we're starting this year, it could be, just to have enough finances to maybe visit some of your family members. Maybe your desire, the desire of your heart could be to get you, a new home. Or it could be as simple as paying your bills, or it could be as simple as getting better in your health, or as, losing weight. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you want to get, but everything starts with that vision in your heart, and everything starts with that desire. And the reason why I put this picture here on the screen is because we all know that all starts in nature. Whatever it is, it could be a thought, it could be even the products we're using. Everything has its beginnings in our environment, and our environment is not only outside, or as you can see here on the plants. It's not somewhere that you can say it's outside of me. It starts right here in your heart, starts with your mind, starts with everything that you're thinking and surrounding yourself with, because there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come our way. As Dr. Christina Rahm was saying, we experienced so many things in 2020, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more changes, and there's going to be a lot more challenges coming our way. But if we really just put ourselves and surround ourselves with a great environment, we just detox our body, we detox even our mind from individuals, from the mindset that's not helping us, we're gonna be able to live a better life. But everything starts within you. Everything starts with that vision and that desire. Maybe you're thinking, well, just Danny, it's too late for me. I'm just gonna tell you a little story. There was a while back, a book that I was reading, and someone asked an ancient Chinese person, when was the best time to just plant a tree? Because as you know, our nature is not the same way it used to be. We're living in an environment that there's a lot of pollution. There's a lot of things that are changing. There's more buildings being built. There's more things that are basically destroying our nature. But when is the best time to start getting a renewal of our nature? The best time, and you know, when this guy was asked, when was the best time to plant? When is the best time to plant a tree? And I'm just going to impress this in you, because this is not only something for the environment, but it also has to do with your life. It also has to do with your mindset. It has to do with where you are. And I'm telling you out of experience that we are very fortunate to be alive today. But this guy answered, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Why? Because by now, if we were to plant a tree 20 years ago, we will have more and more nature. We would have better things. But the next best time to plant a tree, to plant a dream, to go and just seize your dreams, to go full force with your vision is now. The best time is not, oh man, what did I do with 2020? The best time is now. And it's up to you. You already have the information. We have amazing products. We have a company that has over 50 years in experience in business, in products, in science, and a great business model. We almost are here for a year. Most companies don't make it the first 6 months. We have a great community. We have thousands of people that can tell you about our products, and the time is now. The time is now. If it's not you, then who is it going to be? Maybe you just want to make an extra income. Maybe just want to get better in your health. And I'm telling you this because I've struggled with my health as well. And it's not fun. It's not fun when you cannot get up from your bed. It's not fun when you cannot think properly. But when is the best time to start? The best time to start is right now. You don't have to wait until there's another opportunity, until there's another month. Today, as Clayton was saying, you have an email, you can start with us. You can start referring people. You can start talking about products. You can start taking the products and start feeling better. So my question for you is, are you ready? Are you ready to make the best year of your life? Are you ready to take that vision and just plant that seed of that tree, which is, I don't know, maybe building a better future for your family, maybe building a better, healthy body right now? You need to start right now. Go back to the person that got you to this information. Go back to the person that really invited you to this Super Saturday. Again, my name is Diana Venegas with the Root brand. Thank you so much for being here. All right.
Let the party begin.
Yay. Okay. So
Thanks everyone for coming. Happy